I was impregnated by my father at 15. I just told them about the essay. My mother had just received a terminal diagnosis, and so she couldn't take me and go off. She was dependent upon him. So I moved into a group home. So New York City group homes are mini prisons. That's how they treat us. I got beaten so bloody. Of course, that led me down the path of choosing the wrong people, right? I didn't know what love was. So all of my friends and every man I've ever dated was a trauma bond. My first husband physically abused me. And the end of that was when he held me at gunpoint. I would rather go through what my father did 10 times than to spend 1 hour with my ex. And so grandmother says, it's time to use your voice. And I'm like, to do what? And she goes, it's time to use your voice to start healing others. I don't think it's sad. Only someone who still lives in the victim mentality sees it as sad. I am a fourth generation intuitive healer, psychic medium, and spiritual guide. And I use the word guide instead of coach because number one, coach is way overused since the pandemic.
Yeah.
And because, everybody can be a coach now. And I'm not a certified coach, but what certifies me as a coach is my life. I was impregnated by my father at 15. And I never told anybody about the pregnancy. I just told them about the essay. And I was tossed into a group home. My mother had just received a terminal diagnosis. And so she couldn't take me and go off. She was dependent upon him for, her medicine and everything else at that point in time. And so I moved into a group home. And I don't, you're across the pond, aren't you?
Yeah.
Okay. So New York City group homes are mini prisons. That's how they treat us. And I got beaten so bloody when I was in one of them that my brother-in-law and my sister from my biological father's first marriage had to come get me. Um, of course, that led me down the path of choosing the wrong people, right? Even down to friendships, I didn't know what love was.
Yeah.
I thought it was this ooey gooey feeling that you get when you're around somebody, or that your bestie should have things in common with you. I never realized that was a trauma bond. So all of my friends and every man I've ever dated was a trauma bond. Um, my first husband physically abused me. And the end of that was when he held me at gunpoint for 3 hours while he described how he was going to eliminate our children, eliminate himself, and leave me with those memories. Um, I ended that then. I don't know I know where the strength came from. I say that. But I left him. My second husband threw me and my children on the street over a lie his daughter told. And I took 4 years off of dating, giving myself some time. And I wish I had given myself some more time because the man that I dated when I met him, I'm thinking, oh my God, a fourth grade teacher, I've done so much better. I chose better. I did it. I finally did it. I would rather go through what my father did 10 times than to spend 1 hour with my ex. That man belittled me, degraded me. I had, even with my childhood trauma, never felt so worthless and unlovable in my life. He would scream at me for 3 to 4 days on end, and he had this set of rules. You can't go to the gym. You can't do this. You have to dress a certain way. You can't wear anything low cut. And, I had bariatric surgery, so my midsection kind of hangs. And so I like to wear cute little low cut tops because this is where I'm confident, and my legs is where I'm confident. And so, I don't wear anything that's crazy, but I will show like to here. Never. He always wanted me in things like this. And but his ex-wife was allowed to come in the house and do whatever she wanted. I got a call on a Wednesday. My brother-in-law had dropped dead on the shower floor. My sister's never asked me for anything. She's the sister who, a year when my daughter, I had my daughter in high school, my first child, and when she was a year old, she said, "Hey, I just bought my house and got settled. Why don't you come here to DC?" And I did. Um, so of course I was going to be there. And so I knew he was going to cheat while I was gone because he couldn't stand to be alone, for 1 minute. So, but I packed up my bag nonetheless because it was about my sister. And that entire week, I had that disgusting feeling. And of course, when I asked him, he lied. And I woke up at the moment he entered her. It's 2:36 in the morning. I knew. I knew why I woke up. So I get back. I'm getting ready to go back on the flight Saturday. And every alarm bell in my body is telling me to go to my house. Every single alarm bell in my body is saying, go home. Even as we're taxiing down the runway, you're saying, I'll text you when I land, to your best friend and your kids and stuff. My best friend texted me and she's like, "Hey, I really don't want to say this, but why don't you just go home?" And I was like, "He's already on the way to the airport. Come here, good girl. He's already on the way to the airport. I'm not up for the fight tonight. I need rest." Because I still hadn't cried. I still hadn't cried that my brother-in-law was gone. I still had not mourned, "Good girl, you went potty in the pen." I still had not grieved that my type A, perfect sister was a bowl of jello, and that I had only seen her cry once in our lives, and that was when mom transitioned. But she didn't fall apart like this. This was something different. And I get home and I get out the shower and something. Again, I'm a psychic now. I've accepted my gifts. So I now know what that something was, or that someone. Get down, baby. Said, "Put your phone in your pocket on record. You need to know you're not crazy." And I did that. It was the first time I listened in 2 years. All the alarm bells, all the somethings, didn't listen to them. But that I did. And I go in the living room and he's like, "I'm not going anywhere where you traipsed around with some other man." And I'm like, "Traipsed?" I said it like that, like, "Traipsed? I don't traipse. I've been with 6 men in my entire life. 2 of them I was married to. The other one I have a child with. You, on the other hand, have been with over 100 women." Wrong move. And because I had told him, "Why don't we bring his son to DC? I forgot how great it is for education." And his son is this bright, shining star. You know, he's on the spectrum, but he is the biggest ball of sunshine you could ever possibly meet, and so smart, so amazing. And a lot of days I stayed for him because I was the only one who understood him. I was the only one who cared about, he liked dinosaurs, and I would take interest in that, and we would have tickle parties, and we would run around squirting whipped cream at each other. And I I would record episodes of Cooking with Spencer, and it, he has epilepsy as well. So him knowing that I know what it feels like, that was an instant connection. And so I saved that child's life 3 times. No gratitude. It was like he was supposed to do it. Um, but a lot of times I stayed for him. 2 weeks before the big event, I wrote him this long text message, and I told him, no matter what happens in this life between me and your father, I want you to know that you're the son that I begged God for 13 years, and that you have been nothing but sunshine in my life. So I think back and I wonder if that message meant anything to him, or if it ever will. But during the argument, all of a sudden I went numb, and I had this moment where it was as if I was watching me from across the room. I had dissociated completely. My body was numb, and I was standing in front of myself, looking at this individual who looked like stone, just like this. And I got up and walked in the bedroom like a zombie and just laid in the bed. I kept the recording going. And he came in and he tried to start, and I wouldn't engage. I just went to sleep. And before I went to sleep, when I took my sleeping pill, I thought about taking all the 29 that were left in there. I thought about it. I said, this would be the perfect time. Nobody's awake. Nobody can save me. He'll just think I fell asleep. And the next morning I get up, I make myself a cup of coffee, and he comes in and starts again. But this time the dissociation happened immediately. And I walked over to the dresser and I took those 29 pills with hot coffee and vinegar. I put on my favorite sweatshirt that my children bought for me. Um, had butterflies all over it. They were all adults living on their own, healthy, happy, mature adults. I didn't have little kids. And I walked out of the house, and as I'm walking out, he's like, great, now I have to go get syrup of Ipecac. And in hindsight, I'm thinking, to know that this has happened before, for you to know that the only thing that can possibly save me at this point that you can get your hands on is Ipecac syrup. You've been in this space before. And I went and I laid in the woods and I typed "I'm sorry" on my phone, because I am like, because the vinegar made the pills break down quickly. And I typed "I'm sorry" and I laid down and went to sleep. And do you believe in psychics and spirituality? Okay.
Yeah.
I woke up, and My daddy, not my father. The man who I thought was my father from the time I was 3 until I was 9, until my father came looking for me. My daddy. The man who would put me up on his shoulders and the world was mine. And he would tell me, boom, boom, you can do anything. And my head would be up and it just felt like I could touch the sky. And I knew I could be anything because my daddy was big and strong. He was there. And my mother was there. But daddy had his head down like this because he's never said no to me. He's never said no to me. And it's not your time, boom, boom. And I'm like, Daddy, please, Mommy, please. I'm worthless. I'm nobody. I'm nothing. I'm unlovable. I have to be the devil's child. Nobody loves me. My life has been too hard. I can't do this. And my mother says, people are waiting for you. In her 1950s poised way. I'll show you my mother. And I said, Mom, nobody's waiting for me. That sounds crazy. I'm nobody. I'm unlovable. That's my mother.
Beautiful picture.
And she goes, you have a purpose. And I'm like, Mom, please just let me stay with you. The girls are adults and, everybody's okay. Nobody needs me anymore. And she goes, your purpose begins now. And she pushes me back into my 3D body. I don't know how I got to the hospital. There's too many different stories. I don't know what they did to save me. I just know the 2 methods they didn't use. And at this point, it doesn't even matter. I woke up at the hospital and my first thought was, damn, you couldn't even do that right? Like, really? But of course, I went through, they make you stay in the hospital. And even there, he taunted me. Even there, calling back to back to back, screaming at me. Got 3 days tacked on to my stay because they saw how upset I was. Ma'am, no ma'am. And my friend, the one who told me to go home, she says, hey, I met this lady and she does something called RTT hypnotherapy. Are you open to it? I said, well, I'm open to anything that's not this talk therapy stuff because this doesn't work for me. I've been doing this since I was 15. Something should have come out of it by now. Here I am at 47. Nothing's come out of it. And that one RTT hypnotherapy session did more for me than 30 years of surgery. Therapy. And then I moved to DC to help my sister because they had a 6-month-old cane corso. She didn't know. She had no idea what to do with him. He is just as crazy as a lunatic. Even Lotus looks at him now like, dude, can you calm down? And so I moved here to help my sister. And that's when I knew I was a healer because I was literally filtering her emotions and the dog's emotions while I'm screaming inside. Because what about what my experience was? So I moved into my own apartment after she returned to her type A, oh, I don't need you now self. And that's when mom's voice got so loud I couldn't sleep. And she had me sitting outside scripting for months, just scripting and scripting and scripting. And I remember laying on the floor at one point and I said, ancestors, I surrender. Because she would introduce me to an ancestor like every week. I had to learn their energy and then she would unveil them. So there's 18 in here right now. I had to accept I was a psychic. And in order for my life to go into the direction it has, I had to tell the family what happened and that I wasn't going to hold the family secret anymore. So I shared with everyone that he had impregnated me. One sister was like, well, he beat me. Oh, whoop-de-doo. Oh, I'm so sorry. You're 67 and you're upset about a beating. My brother goes, well, I'm sure there's proof somewhere. Yeah, sure. Go to New York City, get a release form from Jamaica Queens Court. I'll sign it. You go through the files. Because I'm sorry, New York City does not have the money to remove a child from a suburban apartment where she has her own bedroom and own bathroom and is a straight A student just for the hell of it. So needless to say, I have no contact with them now. Um, it was 2 years of hell, but it was the longest, shortest 2 years of my life. When I look back, it seems like it happened yesterday, the big event, but going through it, it was like, can I make it through this next minute? And I would literally time the minute. Okay, I made it through the minute. I could make it through another minute. And my ancestors would just whisper, one more step, one more step, one more step. And so last February, my mother says it's time to use your voice. And I'm like, to do what? And she goes, it's time to use your voice to start healing others. And I'm like, where am I doing this? What are you talking about? And I have conversations with my mother like that. And I open up Facebook later that day, and there's somebody just who I know on my page advertising they need somebody for the season 7, episode 1 of their show. I'm like, lady, really? And my first discussion was facing loneliness because my children decided they didn't want to be part of my life anymore. And I literally had no one. And living alone, middle aged, without my children was always my biggest fear. But I made it. And I was invited to more and more and more and more. And then I started applying to them. And now I share my entire story without a tear. I'm so disconnected from that poor woman. I just want to hug her. She seems like somebody outside of me because I just want to hug her and tell her, you are loved, you are worthy. And in fact, my TikTok community is not just a psychic live. My live is for those who feel broken, who feel unloved, who feel like no one sees them, who feel like no one hears them. And I make that announcement every night. I've met some really wonderful people through my live. So now I am an international best-selling published author. Um, it's an anthology, but it's a start, right? And I've been on over 40 podcasts. I can't fit all of them on my speaker sheet or on my website. And I do TikTok lives. I teach.
Amazing.
I teach with Sacred You. I don't know if you've ever heard of them. They're based in Australia. But their website is sacredyou.love. And I was on her podcast, and then she asked me to be the psychic tribe leader. So I teach every Wednesday. honing in on your psychic skills, how to step by step, how to activate them without losing your mind. And in a very safe and comforting way. I teach my own courses. I have a 4-week class that I've decided is going to be quarterly now. I did it last year, and it's healing from narcissistic abuse, gaslighting, codependency, and complex PTSD.
Amazing.
And I coach clients now, and I'm finding that the US is a liar, which we already know, but it's not 4 out of every 10 women, it's 9 out of every 10 women have been SA'd. And depending on the room, sometimes it's 10 out of 10. Probably 7 of those are by family members. And so I coach women on how to heal their trauma, grow spiritually, step into their power unapologetically. And that's what I do. That's my story. That's who I am. I named my company Black Butterfly Goddess because, well, I thought I named it Black Butterfly because in the States, we don't see a lot of black butterflies. I know if you go to Costa Rica, they're everywhere, but here you don't see a lot of black butterflies. And so I thought it was unique and rare, and that's why I named it Black Butterfly. Until about 2 months ago, I'm scrolling and I come across this article that black butterflies mean ancestral connection. And I'm like, really, guys? Like, you couldn't have told me that? You let me think, it was because they're rare. No, it's the ancestral connection. And and it's Black Butterfly Goddess because I'm a goddess. I'm a co-creator with the divine. Anything the divine gives me, I multiply. And so that's my Cliff Notes story on a day where a schedule went to shit, and I was not ready. And again, I apologize profusely, profusely. This is not me at all.
No, please don't apologize. I don't know what to say. That is just, there's so much, I've already said, just beauty in everything that you've said, of everything that's come about it. And I really think that we all have a purpose and we struggle to find it. And we can spend years and years and years, but when we find it, how powerful it is and how beautiful it is. And you could hear in in everything that you said that you there was something there. I embrace everybody's story and I say, excuse me, that through all the pain that we've been through, it gives us such a special gift and understanding to share with people. And you hear some awful stories, but that's what brings out such beauty in the world. And
Yes.
sometimes I find it difficult to explain to people, especially that don't understand the gift that they've got
Mm-hmm.
through
Mm-hmm.
what they've been through. And I don't know, is it sad that we've had to go through that pain to be able to give it forwards? I Because I embrace mine. I wouldn't
I
change
so do
mine for the
I.
world.
Neither would I. Neither would I. I don't think it's sad. Only an unhealed perspective sees it as sad.
Yeah.
Only someone who still lives in the victim mentality sees it as sad. I see it as, do you know how many women I'm going to save? just by sharing what I've been through. Like, if that's not amazing, just by talking to them. I've got emails from people. I had the pills in my hand and I saw you on a podcast and I've decided to go heal. Thank you.
It's beautiful.
I don't resent any experience. If I saw my ex in the street somehow, even though he lives in Georgia, today, I would thank him. I would thank him for being the covert narcissist he is and for tearing me down because I got to build me back up. And I'm bigger and stronger than ever. And I'm one. I make a joke on TikTok. I say, and I know he's like balling his fist up because he had this pep in his cadence when he walked away from the ambulance, like, yeah, I got her. She's gone forever. And now he has to watch me on his two favorite apps. I'm all over YouTube and TikTok. He has to watch me on his two favorite apps.
Brilliant. If that isn't shoving two fingers up to somebody, I don't know what is.
I love the way you put that. I love the way you put that. I may have to use that one myself. I love the way you put that. But yeah, it is. It is. And it wasn't intentional. It just happened. I just realized one day because his sister is the lead attorney for TikTok. And I was like, oh, because I get these weird violations sometimes. And I'm like, this doesn't even make logical sense. They're violating me for not advertising a live when I literally say, meet me in my live in 5 minutes. Huh? So yeah, I get these weird violations every once in a while, and it's clear where they come from.
Yeah. That is amazing. Absolutely. And I'm just looking at your calendar because I've
Mhm.
looked
I'm on it.
to book a reading, but it's saying no openings at the moment.
That's because I for the next couple of weeks I want control of my calendar.
Oh, brilliant.
So if you tell me when you're available, then I can go ahead and get you in there. But people were booking, like people would book at 10 o'clock at night for 8 o'clock the next morning.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, I haven't prepared my body. Like, I have to do certain things to prepare my body. I sit before my ancestors. If you'd like a reading, I can do it now. Um, but if not, then don't worry. You can still be fit in, but I just wanted until my birthday.
Some you time.
My middle child's coming to visit me for my 50th birthday.
Oh, that's amazing. And when's that?
Valentine's Day.
Wow.
So Mama's okay, baby. Mama's okay. It's okay. Mama's okay. See? Any little tiny tear, she's right here. I'm
Lotus.
telling the lady that Sissy's coming for Mama's birthday. That's all.
Lotus, you're so
Thank you,
precious.
baby. Thank you. Thank you. She is. She is. The ancestors made her just for me.
Absolutely. You can see that.
Mm-hmm. So what day is good for you, love?
Let me have a look. Let me. Oh, that's so lovely. How long is it since you've seen them?
I got to see her in June, but they still weren't speaking to me. Um, so we started rekindling our relationships in July. And so it's been 2 years since I've spent any quality time with her. She's always been the closest one to me. Um, and so since I couldn't travel for Christmas, um, doctor gave me the wrong seizure medicine and I had a bad reaction to it. And so I couldn't travel for Christmas and they're still not letting me travel. I'm usually 50 pounds lighter than what you see. This is all water that I'm retaining. So they told me, no, I still can't travel for my birthday because, with water weight, they're worried about it going up to your heart when you fly. Um, and so my daughter was like, Mom, can I come see you then? So I can't tell you how excited I am. I'm gonna make the biggest crab boil ever. The biggest crab
Lovely.
boil ever. And we are going to sit here with our feet up in the recliners, cracking open king crab, snow crab, shrimp, sauce. She eats sausage, I don't. Every type of thing we can get our hands on. And she wants to go to one of the museums in DC, so we're gonna do that. And just enjoy each other again.
What a great 50th gift.
It is, that's the best 50th birthday gift I could have ever imagined, ever.
Yeah.
So, what day is good for you, love? I typically try to do them on Saturdays or Sundays. Is that outside of your
No, not at all.
you want to do the 25th?
That would be perfect because I have booked that weekend out of my calendar. So that would be absolutely perfect,
That
please.
means it was meant to be, darling. What time is good for you?
Absolutely. Entirely up to you. Entirely up to you.
Um, what time is it there now?
I am almost 1 o'clock in the
Okay.
afternoon.
Okay. So can we do noon your time, 7 my time, and this time I'm gonna set every alarm in the house, including ALEXA, and I'm gonna make sure I take double seizure medicine to make sure that we don't have any of that.
Yes, that would be wonderful. Thank you so,
Okay,
so
darling.
much.
My pleasure. Girl, please get out my mouth.
Looks so cuddly and comfortable
She
and
is. She is. She doesn't like to be away from me. Um, Stop smelling the coffee. She does not like to be away from me at all. She's very, very attached to me. She sleeps with me. If I take the trash out, she acts like she hasn't seen me in a year. Um, you know, but I wouldn't have it any other way.
no.
I'm gonna have to start socializing her soon. Because I want her to be playful and stuff with other people and things. And she she looks she looks forward to Tuesdays
Right.
because the exterminator and the maintenance man come and they play with her the whole time they're here. They play
Brilliant.
with her and she just loves it. She loves it. She has a fun time. She gives them zoomies and she has the buttons, the dog talking buttons.
Yeah.
She, she has those. And what's your email, my love?
Um, Emma2727
Mm-hmm.
at yahoo.co.uk.
There we go. Girl, I can't see. Hold on. Lotus, I can't see.
You need attention, don't you?
You get all the thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Um, and again, I apologize for this morning.
Please
Um,
don't. Well,
but I
absolutely.
think Mama's saying something about it went like it was supposed to. And I don't know why yet. She doesn't like to tell me why when I ask her. Um, she just tells me I'll know in time. So I don't like that. I want to know right now.
Yes. And I do believe that it all happens for a reason.
It does, but I feel so bad that you waited, and this is not professional, and
I got
yeah.
to see
Well,
lots of lotus.
yeah, everybody gets to see lots of lotus. Everybody gets to see lots of lotus. Um, but I'm very professional, and I don't like when things happen. I know grand mal seizures are out of your control, but I still don't like when things happen. I still like to be in control. That makes a lot of sense, right?
I know exactly what you mean.
Okay, my dear, you have your invite,
You're a superstar.
and I will be ready and all cleansed and talking to the ancestors and opening the portal in case any of your loved ones would like to come through for a message and all of that. There's literally a portal in my kitchen, literally. Um, so when I realized that there was one, because everyone just kept coming through the kitchen, and I'm like, there's a portal in there. So I now go in and close it when I'm not doing a reading, um, and open
I
it when I
can't
need
think
it.
of a better place to have a portal than a kitchen.
Right? Right? At least it's not in my bedroom.
Yeah. I'll have to show you my baby. She's meowing at me.
Oh, I can't wait to see her.
There you go. She wants to play, but she'll probably pop in. She does love um my webinars. She has got better, but as soon as she heard people talking, she'd be straight on my
She's
chair,
mhm.
just watching.
This one. She tries to. She tries to.
But no,
But
she's run off because she just wants to play. She's in one of those moods, bless her.
I love animals. Um, I'm excited about the day that my ancestors grant me my wish of a 3-bedroom, 1-level home with a little bit of space so I can get a couple more animals. I don't know how this one will feel about it though. What,
Still be
what,
your
what,
protector.
it's not nap time on Mama. You
Might
say
be.
hi to Miss Emma. You say hi to Miss Emma. You should give me paw. Lotus, give me paw. Why are you being stubborn? Give me paw. Give me
Looks so
paw.
cozy.
Just as comfortable as she wants to be. So, but I am grateful for you. And again, I apologize profusely. Um,
Please don't. Thank you so much for sharing your story. It means a lot. And
wish I could control my brain.
brain is an amazingly powerful thing.
It is. It is. But I'm ready for these seizures to go.
Mm.
I'm ready for them to go.
How is your
So,
medication? Have they managed to get you stable on medication, or are you still testing it?
um, no, no, no. We're not testing anything else again. When I met with my seizure doctor after gaining 50 pounds of water weight in 5 days, um, she's like, "Well, maybe we can try." I was like, "We can't try nothing else. I work hard to stay small, and now there's 50 pounds of water weight on me that's going to take months to get off. Um, no, we can't try anything else."
Mm.
Um, One medicine I almost died on, but two seizure medicines, I had deadly reactions to. And this one is deadly as well because after the water weight, it starts to shut down the liver and the kidneys.
Mm.
And I had asked her when we met, I said, "What's the worst side effect of this medicine?" Because I've not had great luck in this area. And she says, "Oh, migraines, but you have medicine for that." And I'm thinking, okay, migraines, I can deal with that. She never said anything about this rare condition called dress, where it shuts your liver and your kidneys down after it gives you all this water weight, and it takes months to reverse the symptoms, and it halts your life.
Mm.
So there was a time where I was on the phone with one of my friends and I was taking the trash out, and I got halfway across the parking lot and just broke down and cried because the pain between my ankles and my feet was so bad because they were so swollen. Standing on my feet was like standing on watermelons. Just standing up was
Yeah.
painful. So at least we're not that way now. We seem to be heading in the right direction. Thank goodness. But I still can't travel, so that's why my daughter's coming here. But I'm kind of glad she's coming here because then I get it all to myself.
Yeah.
I don't have to share her. So
Fantastic.
I'm excited. But I will see you in a couple of weeks, my dear, week after next. And I'm excited. I'm excited to see who comes through for you and
And
what
me. Thank you so much.
spirit has to say for your life. And thank you for being patient and kind. You could have literally treated me so bad over that. Um, and you didn't. So I thank you because some people have been very nasty over the, I can't, sorry, couldn't, I didn't know there was a seizure scheduled. Um, some people have been very nasty towards me. So thank you so much. Oh, wait, I love your shirt. I just saw the
Oh,
symbol.
my butterfly. That's
I
my
love it.
butterfly for
That's beautiful.
it's sort of backwards E to E
Yes, but I
pick up the
love it.
butterfly.
I love it. That's
I don't know what it is
beautiful.
about the butterflies, but I knew I had to have a butterfly.
Yes, you will find out in your reading. I was told to shut up. You will find out in your reading. I can't wait to do it. I'm excited now for it. I'm really excited now because Mama told me shut up. So thank you, my dear.
Thank
Um,
you so much. I hope you have a restful day and that you are feeling better.
Thank you. I have one podcast recording and then I can go lay down.
Good,
So
good.
thank you so much, love, and I will see you soon. I
Yes,
can't
see
wait.
you on Saturday. And thank you, Lotus, for looking after Goddess. You are just an absolute joy.
You say thank you? No, not to Mama. Not to Mama. You. You. All right, sweetheart. Have a
Amazing.
beautiful afternoon. I'll see you
And
soon.
you. Take care.
You too,
Bye.
love. Bye
Thank you.
bye.